I'm Koty Crouch.
I'm Koty Crouch.
This is The Rise of the Cities. The population explosion began during the 1700s, continued through the 1800s. The growth was not due to larger families. In fact, families in most industrializing countries had fewer children. The nutrition of the people started to improve due to improved methods of farming, food, storage, and distribution. Medical advances and improvements in the public sanitation also slowed death rates. Since the 1600s, scientists had known of microscopic organisms or microbes. Some scientists speculated that certain microbes might cause specific infectious diseases, yet most doctors scoffed at this germ theory. In 1870, the French chemist Louis Pasteur clearly showed the link between microbes and disease. Later, Pasteur developed vaccines against rabies and anthrax. He also discovered the process called pasteurization that killed carrying microbes in milk.
Since the 1600s, scientists had known of microscopic organisms or microbes. Some scientists speculated that certain microbes might cause specific infectious diseases, yet most doctors scoffed at this germ theory. In 1870, did French chemist Louis Pasteur clearly show the link between microbes and disease. Later, Pasteur developed vaccines against rabies and anthrax. In the 1800s, the German doctor Robert Koch identified the bacterium that caused tuberculosis, a respiratory disease that claimed about 30 million human lives in 1800s. The search for tuberculosis cure, however, took half a century. In 1914, yellow fever and malaria had been traced to microbes carried by mosquitoes. Better hygiene helped decrease the rate of death.
Anesthesia was first used to relieve pain during surgery. Anesthetics allowed doctors to experiment with operations that had never been possible. Surgery used to be performed with dirty instruments in dank rooms. Often, if a patient would survive an operation only to die later from disease. Later, the English surgeon Joseph Pfister discovered how anesthetics prevented diseases. He said surgeons should sterilize their instruments and wash their hands before the operations.
Growing wealth and industrialization altered the basic layout of European cities. They lined avenues with government buildings, offices, department stores, and theaters. The most expensive urban renewal, Georges Haussmann, chief planner for Napoleon III, destroyed many tangled medieval streets full of tenement housing. The project put many people to work, decreasing the threat of social unrest. The wide boulevards also made it harder for rebels to put up barricades and easier for troops to reach any part of the city. Trolley lines made it possible to live in one part of the city and work in another.
Tickets to a music hall in the worst tenement whole families were often crammed into a single room. Unemployment and illness meant loss of wages that could ruin a family. The lure of the city, despite their drawbacks, cities attracted millions.
Wages varied throughout the industrialized world that unskilled laborers earned less than skilled workers. Women got paid less than half of what men got paid. Periods of unemployment brought desperate hardships to industrial workers and helped boost union membership. The standard of living measures the quality and availability of necessities and comforts in a society. Some workers moved to the suburbs, traveling to work on subways and trolleys.